A very good morning. EURUSD has continuously pushed in towards the upside, and we're now waiting for this overall buy side liquidity slash swing high to get taken out. So currently the daily time frame is just in a massive range, as we can see, and this also goes for the weekly, but the immediate structure and the order flow are currently bullish. So we should just keep it simple until things change, guys. As we can see, we've just been following this overall demand zone over here in towards the upside, and we've been printing bullish candles every single day. So don't just randomly start shorting on the very next 15-minute change of character that you see. We need to take out structural levels first of all. That is key. So the expectation now is that the price will take out this buy side liquidity target of around 1.11395, with a longer term buy side liquidity target being all the way up here at around 1.12758, if I'm not mistaken. So we may see a deeper pullback after grabbing the buy side liquidity after breaking this high. So that's currently what I'm also just going to be waiting for. Obviously, we had an area of supply over here. We reacted minimalistically to that. And after that, we've been pumping 1, 2, 3 massive bullish candles. So again, don't just randomly start selling. Let's wait for a good indication that the market is ready to push down lower. And a good indication might be taking out that daily swing high. So that is currently what I'm just looking at on the daily time frame. Obviously, the daily here is bullish with all the momentum that it currently has. So let's dive into the 4-hour. So the 4-hour time frame is also being bullish as of now. We're just following overall order flow in towards the highs. So again, the overall daily target for buy side liquidity, or just liquidity, or the high that we just want to liquidate, with that being a swing high, is this high over here of 1.11395. So overall, the 4-hour swing is bullish. As we can see, higher high, higher low, higher low. So again, as well, the overall order flow is also bullish, and the overall order flow being, let's say, just the fractal structure or the areas of demand that we have. So this for now is our main area of demand over here. So we have demand zone, let's say number 1, we have demand zone number 2, and we have demand zone number 3, with this being for now your overall swing low. So as long as this swing low holds, the 4 hours should just continue pushing up higher. And furthermore, let's say on a 4-hour just trading time frame, day trading time frame, we're also still bullish, right? With this at the moment being our fractal low. So the low of this bullish candle over here is your fractal low. As long as that low is respected, we should continue pushing up higher. So before we take any potential shorts, because again, we could take a short in towards this area of demand, what we need to be mindful of is the fact that we still have not taken out that daily swing high, right? So there's no, let's say, higher time frame key level, a higher time frame key level that is pushing price downwards. Right, so when do we expect a pullback after break of structure? Because after a break of structure, you always expect a pullback in towards the downside, right? Break of structure, pullback, break of structure, again, a pullback. That is just simply how the market works. So pullbacks come when we reach higher time frame key levels, or when we see a lower time frame trend shift. And with lower time frame trend shift, I mean mainly on the 4-hour time frame, a change of character, or for example, on the 15-minute, a BOS. Now here, what I'm waiting for at the moment is just to see what we're going to do inside of these 2 wicks. These are currently acting as an area of demand, and I'll show you how that looks on the 15-minute time frame. But for now, the main focus would definitely be just taking out that buy side liquidity high. This is the change of character high. This is a change of character low, and then, for example, look for a short into the downside. That is the highest probability setup as of now, guys, that I am seeing here on EURUSD. Don't just randomly again start shorting. That is against what I would do. Now going into the 15-minute time frame. So the 15-minute time frame here is also bullish. So if we look at the 15, this was the break of structure. Obviously, after a break of structure, what do you expect? You expect a pullback. So the pullback is obviously expected after we see, let's say, that higher time frame level get hit. So still waiting for that higher time frame level. But furthermore, we don't necessarily have to see that, right? It also could just pull back and then, for example, push back up again. It could pull back even deeper in towards here. Right, so when the 15-minute makes a BOS, you always just expect a pullback. So when do we expect a pullback? Well, at the moment, the overall order flow is holding. As we can see over here, we had a sell, buy, market comes back in. Then again, over here, we had, let's say, a sell in towards downside, a buy. We wick out, we wick back in. This zone could also be drawn like this, for example. And then you see how the order flow sustains. Then we push back out, and now we're back inside of, let's say, this sell before the buy. So I just refined that sell before the buy into these 2 imbalance candles over here. So that's where we're currently moving up higher from. Personally, I am done with most of my longs. Obviously, I do see potential for one more long in towards that higher time frame level over here. But yeah, I mean, you could look for one more long. Let's say we take out, for example, this high over here. This is currently the fractal high. We react to this 15-minute demand zone, then just wait for the order flow to continue bullish in towards the upside. Do keep in mind though, if we look at the premium versus discount here on the 15-minute time frame, there is still room in towards that 50% mark, right? And the 50% mark is pretty much where we expect a pullback in towards before continuing up higher. So it's all getting a little bit risky. Personally, not interested in any shorts as of now, mainly just looking at the longs. And if we do see kind of like double breaks, then I do see one more long in towards that high time frame level from where I will be interested for a potential short. Now, that was quite the analysis on euro dollar. Let's dive into the dollar index. So the dollar index has reached its daily area of demand. And that is why I'm also potentially interested in shorting euro dollar, because euro dollar down means dollar index up. So as we can see, we've had quite the move in towards the downside. We can see that we're now inside this imbalance. We've swept liquidity here on the daily time frame as well. So it does look like a good level to start pushing back in towards the highs. What is the lower time frame telling us? So the lower time frame is a little bit indecisive, with the 4-hour not really showing any change of character. This obviously is our area of supply again. Going into the 1-hour time frame, what are we seeing there? So yeah, on the 1-hour we have already seen a change of character, but it's a little bit messy. So just focusing on the 4-hour here, and the daily looks good for a pullback. So let's just keep an eye here on the daily. If we can start initiating that pullback in towards the upside. That is just my immediate bias here on the dollar, and I'm going to be taking that into account when looking at all of these dollar pairs. So now going into Aussie dollar, what are we seeing over there? So here on Aussie dollar, we are still inside daily supply, right? So let's say this is your daily swing, which it is here on the daily. We draw in the Fibonacci tool. You can perfectly see that we're now at the 0.88 fib retracement. So it's a good level for Aussie dollar to start making a pullback after this massive overextended run in towards the upside, right? So let's keep an eye on the 4-hour here. 4-hour order flow for now is just bullish still. So we would only want to be considering any potential shorts after breaking 4-hour order flow, which would mean a break of the low of this bullish candle. Only then will I be looking at a potential short back down in towards this area over here. Okay, so that is what I would be looking at. Only then will I be taking a short, not just yet. We still have this high over here, which is open, and we also have this fresh area of supply as well. So waiting for one of those two levels, then I would, let's say, we could see a closer change of character like this, and then we wouldn't have to wait all the way for this low to get broken. But for now, I'm just waiting for this low over here to get broken to indicate that this entire, let's say, range, not this refined zone, but this entire range is a valid area of supply. Okay, so for that to be a valid area of supply, we would need to see a change of character. So I would need to wait for this low to break, or for us just to swipe liquidity like I showed you guys here. Now going into pound dollar. So pound dollar is actually very interesting at the moment. So pound dollar over here swept that daily liquidity high of 1.3447. Furthermore, we also pushed again in towards this daily area of supply. So we have daily supply and we have daily liquidity high taken. So I am interested in looking for a potential short. So yeah, you could look for that short. Why is pound dollar again also interesting? Well, that's because it is, let's say, very there are no fresh areas of demand. Let me put it that way. So, for example, these two wicks, normally you would consider these areas of demand, but if you zoom in, just literally on the candlestick itself, you can see we already tapped into it. So that means that the demand has already been taken from it. Then again, this sub for the buy, we've already wicked into it. Again, this over here, let's say this overall sell before the buy has already been wicked into it. So there's no fresh demand at all here on the 4-hour from what I can see on pound dollar. Therefore, I am considering looking for potential shorts in towards downside again to grab liquidity underneath all of these lows and push at least, for example, in towards these two wicks over here at around 1.29142. So that's what I'm looking for on pound dollar, especially after a massive overextended move after this 4-hour BOS. Okay, so looking for that potential short for sure on pound dollar. Go into the 15-minute time frame and try and identify a short there. You could see this as your other BOS over here. Then again, it's very slow in towards the highs. So for example, just wait for this low to get taken out. Or if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, just start following the over order flow. But again, I don't like pound dollar most of the time on the 15. I mainly look at it on the 1-hour and the 4-hour. Going in towards NZDUSD, this is a very beautiful pair for today, guys. So NZDUSD here on the daily time frame. what has it done? It's grabbed liquidity above the swing high, and it has pushed in towards that daily area of supply, which I mentioned. So remember, these were the two levels I was looking at. So we've now come in towards supply zone number 1, 2. We've grabbed liquidity above this swing high. So there's a lot of indication that the market is now ready to push back down in towards this overall demand zone. So looking for a short from here, going in towards the 4-hour time frame. There is no real change of character possibility. We've just been only bull, bull, bull. So I'm definitely looking for a pullback, at least back down into here on the 4-hour. So waiting for that zone to get hit. So what I'm going to be looking at is the 15 and the 1 hour. So the 1 hour has already shifted, as we can see over here. So we had here, and then we had over here this low over here. So now if we break this low over here, then I will be very confident that we're ready on NZDUSD to push down lower, and I will be looking. Let's see if we get a strong candle close, then for example put an order on side of this supply zone, and then wait for example on the 15-minute time frame for a change of character, and take that short. That is something that I would be interested in. Going in towards our last pair, which is gold. What is gold doing? So gold actually pushed up higher again, very beautifully. Personally, I was looking for a long from here, but as we can see, we broke above this fractal high again, and we pushed up higher, pushed back down in towards this demand zone, and from there already up, what is it? Let's see, around 100 pips. So some very nice price action. It is still looking bullish. So let's dive into the 15, waiting at least for another push back up here in towards this supply zone. So let's see what happens inside of this supply zone for now. That is what I would be looking for. So let's see, and have a great day, guys. See you soon. Thanks.